See, I have had the privilege of, looking at all issues pertaining to the problems of militancy, insurgency, terrorism, and the need to engage in this kind of dialogue and discussion. And you must appreciate one aspect, that the government was, many people will question, the government then decided to engage in kind of political dialogue, political solution. And then it was done for one particular organization, NBC. After the suspension of operation as a follow-up action of the tripartite agreement tripartite agreement involving Government of India, the state government, and ANBC. I realized that it was not done properly. It was not done properly because you are well aware of the fact that there were substantial number of trained members of the then ANBC who were still in jungle, who didn't come and were part of those cadres who were declared before the government that this is the total strength. That was the total strength of ANBC. One particular group with one of the senior leaders of ANBC continued to remain in the thick jungle in now the southwest Khasi Hills. So these things came to the notice of the government, indicating that NBC did leave behind substantial number of cadres with sophisticated weapons. Therefore, the government then had to be very, very cautious to engage in discussion. Therefore, we wanted to see whether any other further discussion, let us learn from this experience. Then, not only that, subsequently what happened, that particular leftover group was then exploited by some of the leaders, and you have a splinter group, NBCB. You will recollect these whole developments that unfolded. Then there was also desertion, then ultimate emergence of another terrorist organization, the GNL, and many others, ASAP, ULA, you name, all these other militant organizations other than GNLA also were led or headed by members belonging to that earlier proscribed organization, which were party to the tripartite agreement to give effect to suspension of operation. You see, so it was necessary as policymaker to really understand, okay, the complexity associated with all these things. So we wanted to engage with Government of India. Then there was a call that we must engage with HNLC. So we also wanted to see during our time, okay, is the leadership of HNLC really committed? Or will HNLC also, like what we have seen with NBC, land up in that kind of situation? So we needed to have a real in-depth studies and understanding. And therefore we took time. It's good thing that now, after having that whole long drawn in-depth analysis and understanding, the government agreed to engage them in this political dialogue. It is good. But the way it is being done, I'm afraid it will have reasons to create that lack of trust. You see, lack of trust is, very, very, I must say, these are a recipe for future problem of similar nature. Therefore, government has to be very serious. Government must come clean on what was the terms and conditions which were inked in those conditions to proceed ahead with this political settlement through this political negotiation. Why has the government not been, if not, ensure that this kind of hiccup shall not emerge and create this kind of suspicion, doubt, lack of trust? Therefore, the government must take up with Government of India. Because in any event, when we want to engage with any of the proscribed organization or banned terrorist organization, Government of India's note is required. The state government